Hey my friends, welcome back to another episode of the Euro Cooking Connect, guys. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all keeping safe. Guys, on this segment of Memories of Malta, I want to show you something that's super popular here in Malta. If you watched my Maltese street food video, which was very popular, you probably saw this a couple of times, or a few times. What we're making today is called Qassatat. And what Qassatat is a savory filled parcel, if you will, almost like a little coin purse. And in the filling in the Qassatat, the most popular ones would be Irikotta, which is a ricotta filling, or Pizelli, which is a pea filling. And that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. However, there are some other fillings, tuna and spinach and anchovy, but I'm going to show you the two most popular varieties of Qassatat here in Malta. So guys, without further ado, let's get in the kitchen and make amazing Maltese Qassatat. Hey! Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen countertop. As usual guys, all of the amounts that I'm going to be using and the ingredients I'm using today will be below. Click on show more. Again, it's all going to vary on how many of these you want to make. And if you're going to just make all Irikotta or all Pizelli or both. Guys, let's get started. In my bowl, I have some fresh Maltese ricotta cheese. And use your favorite fresh ricotta. If you're here in Malta, you know we have a plethora of beautiful Irikotta. To which I'm going to add some jobon tel hock, or grated Parmigiano Reggiano, Parmigiano, Keflatori, whatever you like, a dry cheese. And this is salty, so I'm not going to really go crazy with salt. So I've added that in. Like I said, just a little bit of salt. However, ricotta loves pepper. So I'm going to be generous with pepper. Okay. I'm going to crack an egg. I'm going to stir this, and I'm going to check the consistency because all ricotta is different. There might be more moisture or there'll be less. So I'm going to see what mine looks like and show you the texture I'm looking for. All right, so I'm going to crack one more egg in here. Again, guys, it varies the size of your egg and your ricotta cheese. So 1 to 2 for this recipe. Smells good. And that's it, guys. This is filling number 1, the Irikotta filling, done and dusted. I'm going to cover this and I'm going to place it in the fridge to keep cool. And we'll continue on with our second filling, which is Pizelli. Hey guys, what I have in this pot here are my Pizelli, or peas. I'm using dried peas. And what I've done in advance, because it takes a while, is I boiled some water, to which I've added about a good 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda, okay, baking soda. And I'm soaking my peas. You need to soak your peas for about 2 hours. So I'm going to continue soaking my peas until they're ready. They're almost there, and then I'll bring you back. Hey guys, all right, welcome to the stove. I've gone ahead and drained my peas. I'm going to go ahead now and turn on my hob because we want these peas to be mushy peas. I'm going to add some boiling water. About a cup and a half or so, a little more than a cup and a half. And I'm going to start to cook down my peas and keep cooking them until they start breaking down, and I'll show you what I do then. So guys, as you can see, the peas are starting to get thickened. They're not completely mushy yet. If you get a bit of foaming, that's normal. That's from the baking soda. Don't worry about it. It'll dissipate, as you can see. And it's starting to thicken up. But you want to continue cooking until these break down. If you have a few bits and bobs here and there, that's fine. It's up to you how smooth you want it. But right now, this, obviously you can see, needs some more cooking time. However, at this point, what I'm going to do is add just a drizzle of olive oil. And just about a teaspoon or so of curry powder. Not too much, guys. It's not an Indian curry, but a lot of Maltese cooking does include curry. So we're going to include that in. It's really starting to break down now and get thicker. So we'll continue cooking this until it's completely broken down. Hey guys, so our peas have gotten nice and thick, as you can see. Sorry about the lighting, there's a shadow here, but as you can see, nice and thick. This will thicken upon sitting. Sorry about the noise. What you want to do now, it desperately needs to be seasoned with some salt. Give it a taste. Make sure it's seasoned to your liking. And set this aside to cool. It'll thicken, as I said, more as it cools. Again, sorry for the noise, guys. I'm going to taste this. That's perfect. So I'm going to leave this to cool. I've turned the hob off. And we'll start with our pastry. Okay, friends, now that our filling is all done, it's time to work on our pastry. The pastry is very similar to a pie pastry. So in my bowl, I have my flour and I have some salt. And obviously what you need is butter and cold water. I have my very cold butter here. And here's my tip, guys. I don't cut it into cubes and use my fingers to cut it in. I grate it in. That way I'm not touching the butter that much. I don't have to fuss and muss around too much. All I need to do is mix it and add water. So I'm going to go ahead and grate in my butter as quickly as I can because I don't want the butter to warm up on me. At the halfway mark, I'm simply just going to use my fork and incorporate the butter with the flour. And then I'm going to continue. And when I'm done, I'll show you how I incorporate the water. Okay guys, so what I'm doing is I'm just cutting in the butter now just using my fork. And you're going to get the same result as you would if you cube the butter and got your hands in there. But this way, you're not warming up the butter with your fingertips. So we want it to look like peas, very grainy. And then what I'm going to do is slowly incorporate very ice cold water, a little at a time. I'm going to start off with about 5 tablespoons. Mix this in. And I'm going to continue adding water until I can grab a clump and it stays. Obviously, I'm going to need more water here. Ice cold water, guys. A little at a time. And you can test it by taking a clump and squeezing it. But you can see mine falls apart, so I need more water. So I'm going to continue adding cold water until I can clump it together. Okay guys, I'm going to test my flour, and it's starting to clump together. Okay, and it takes a bit to break it up. If you push on it and it crumbles right away, it's not ready. So, turn this out onto a clean surface. And you're going to gather this together. It might look like it's not going to work, but believe me, it will. Just keep gathering and pushing. If you need a little bit more water, you can go ahead and add a little bit more if you need it. Push and clump. And as you can see, it's starting to come together. So I'm going to continue. There we go. I'm going to continue pushing my dough together, and then I'll show you what I do with it then. Okay guys, I've formed my dough into a disc, just pushing it all together, and I'm going to wrap this in cling film, and I want to put it into the fridge so it stays nice and cold. I'm going to need more cling film on this. Alright, so wrap yours in cling film. Place it in the fridge for at least a half an hour, and then we'll start going ahead to make our qassatat. Okay friends, I've let my dough rest in the fridge for about a half hour, get nice and cool. I'm only going to use half right now. I'm going to wrap the other half up, and we'll deal with one half at a time. Okay friends, I have half of my dough. I've pressed it out a little bit to get a start on it. It's on some parchment paper so it doesn't stick. And I don't want to use a lot of flour because I want for this dough to be able to stick together when we form it. So I'm going to roll it out, turn it, if you get any cracks, immediately form them back together, guys. So I'm going to continue rolling out my dough. You guys don't need to see the whole thing. And I'll bring you back when I get to the depth or the width of the dough that I want. What you can do, guys, is roll it between two pieces of parchment paper. That way you're going to ensure that you're not adding heat from your hands or extra flour. As I said, we want this to stick when we form it together. Okay guys, I think I have my dough rolled out to the desired thickness. It should be somewhat like a pie dough, but a little bit, or pie shell, but a little bit thinner. It's not sticking to my parchment, so that's great. I'll show you what I could do with this piece now. So guys, what I have on my dough is like a side plate. I'll show you. Just a small plate that you would use maybe to put a bowl of soup or salad. It's a side plate, okay? So I'm going to place that on my dough. Now you can use a knife, or I'm using a pizza roller, and you're going to simply go around and cut it out. You could make these smaller, but I want to make these more traditional size. So just simply cut around the edge as best you can. To cut out your shape here, okay? And you can remove the excess and you can clean up the edges, not a problem. But it don't really matter, guys. It doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna do another one here. And I have two Qassatat ready to be filled. Remove the excess dough. You can roll out the dough a couple of times before it starts to not be great. A couple of times will be fine. So we have one here, and it's not dry, and two here. I'm going to clean up that edge. Wrap up your excess in the meantime, and let's start on filling. Okay guys, let's start with our Pizelli, our pea filling first. So I have my peas that are cooled, and I'm going to start placing a good amount on top, in the middle, like so. Then, what you're going to want to do, get some water, and go around the edges of your pastry, and this will help seal it when we make the parcel. For the parcel, you're going to do not stretch the dough, guys. But you're going to take it up and you're going to pleat it. So push over and be tight with it. Push over and push over. You can see that. And you're going to continue all the way around. Move your parchment paper if you need to. And pleat it tight. Continue all the way around. Hope I'm showing you. Don't stretch it, just pinch it and pleat it. Try and keep it tight. I'm trying to show you as I turn this. You don't want big pleats, tight, small pleats. Okay. And there you have your completed assata. So I'm going to do the other one with Pizelli as well, and then I'll show you what I do next. Okay guys, so I rolled out 2 more, and guys, this recipe will probably yield you 6 to 8 assata, depending on how much you fill it and how thin you roll out your pastry. I'm going to show you about 4 today. So I have my ricotta filling here in a baggie, which I've snipped a corner. And I'm going to pipe this on. Into somewhat of a cone shape. Like so. And basically guys, it's the same thing. Wet. The edges here. And we're going to tightly pleat around the edges again. And I've shown you this before guys, but I'll just show you really quickly again. Don't leave a big gap. Right away, make another pleat. And another pleat. And another pleat. Like so. And I'm going to continue going around this, and I'll show you when that's all done. It's pleated all the way around, guys, tightly. As you can see, they're very tight. And just going to give it a little bit of a push up, gently. And I'll continue with the other one, and we'll get ready to bake. Alright guys, I have my assata ready here, my Pizelli, my Irikotta. Guys, now, with this recipe, I do have leftover dough and filling, and I could probably make 2 more, 1 of each, or you could probably get a good dozen if you did these smaller party size ones. It's up to you though. What I have here is simply just an egg, and we're going to give these an egg wash. Nothing special, guys. You've seen it before. But this is going to give the assata a nice shiny or a nice crusty finish. Now I'm going to place these in the oven at 180 Celsius, and I'm going to cook these until the dough is cooked through and golden. If your assata starts to get a little bit too dark too soon, just cover them with some tin foil, guys. Not a big deal. As I mentioned, these are quite iconic in Malta. I am not a baker by any stretch of the imagination, but this is a great way to have the flavor at home, and it's fun, and you can impress your guests. Alright, so these are all done, guys. So in the oven they go, and we'll see them when they come out. Hey guys, we got some assata going on here. They're beautiful. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. I let these cool a bit so I can handle them, but they're great. Guys, I actually fill my ricotta ones a little less because they tend to splay out. You guys want to see a fail one? More. Looks more like a donut. But you know what? It still tastes amazing. So don't get discouraged. Alright. Let's give this a taste. Oh. The crust is so flaky. Look at that. Ooh! I dropped it. Shouldn't do that. Flaky. Alright. Oh. Still hot. Inside. Guys, that's good. I might have bit off more than I can chew there. Bottom is nice, brown, flaky. I won't drop it this time. It's real life, guys. Oh. Tastes exactly like you would get in a confectionery here in Malta or a Pastizzeria. Let me try a little bit of the Pizelli. Normally I would just pick this up and bite it, guys. Oh, so flaky, it's falling apart. That's why you just pick it and bite it. Buttery. Good. The pea one is my favorite. I love that little hint of curry. Alright. I'm making a mess. Guys, they are so good. You want to taste Malta? You need to make assata. And it's not Qassatat, it's not Qassatat, it's assata. So guys, thanks so much for watching this segment of Memories of Malta here at the Year of Cooking Canuck. Please like, please share, please comment, Love all your comments. Follow me on social media. There'll be a few pics to follow. Guys, until we meet again, please be good to yourself and to each other. And especially now, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you very much. Grazie, Hafna. Ciao, ciao.